so much bite. Hi, I'm Don Boden from SampleLibraryReview.com. Today we're going to be checking out Synchron Strings Pro by Vienna Symphonic Library. Vienna's flagship Synchron Strings made a big splash when it was first released. Not only is the developer continuing to record and release more libraries recorded on the beautiful Synchron Stage, but strings seem to react really well in this room. New Synchron Strings Pro version contains a wealth of newly recorded articulations with microphone options and mix presets. This really has me wondering if this is the new king of strings. Now, this is a string sections library with violin, violin 2, viola, cello, double bass, and the library does include a selection of tutti patches as well. Synchron Strings Pro comes with several legatos, including portamento, a new agile legato, which I can't wait to check out, spiccatos, detaches, expressivos, ponticellos, harmonics, and some articulations taken from Synchron Strings 1, short notes, tremolos, trills, and pizzicatos. Thanks to the Synchron Player, the library contains mixer presets, which I absolutely love. We'll check out some of those. The library does require a Vienna key or a USB e-licenser. Now, there are two versions of this library here that I just want to clearly identify. There's a standard library and a full library of Synchron Strings Pro. Now, the great news is that both of them include all of the same articulations, but the difference between the two is the number of microphone positions provided. Synchron Strings Pro Standard downloads as 48.1 gigabytes and installs as 122.7 gigabytes. It normally sells for 445 euros. It's on an intro price for 295 euros until November 2nd. The full version of Synchron Strings Pro downloads as 94 gigabytes, installs as 237 gigabytes. Order a new hard drive, guys. Normally sells for 740 euros. Special intro price for 520 euros until November 2nd. Cross-grade prices are in action. If you already own Synchron Strings 1, log in at Vienna, check out your account. You'll see a price right there. All right, for those of you who have been watching my Vienna Symphonic Library reviews, you'll be familiar with this piece. I've been kind of using it to experiment and listen to new libraries. So today I've got both the Quasar and Phoenix Big Bang percussion layered in with the brand new Synchron Strings Pro. The strings, I really wanted to push them. I played around with maybe some articulation choices that more to experiment and hear as many articulations as possible. Although it kind of works, I'm just going to play through it in a few different versions, muting different things so we can hear the strings and really isolate those parts and hear kind of how they sound. There's some rough MIDI in here, but I'm sure you'll excuse it, as this is just a way for me to get an idea of what the library can do. All right, so now we've heard the piece together. You can hear it's not the best programming, but for the most part, I feel like it's starting to show me what the library can do. And I think showing off the different articulations in the strings is what I really wanted to go for and try to get a feel for how they would perform, how they balance out from one kind of articulation to the next. Let's just go ahead and listen to just the strings for this piece. So listening to the back with the strings, I think you can hear there's quite a bit going on as far as switching articulations, playing around with the sounds, and getting a feel for them. I do want to note here that for all the programming on each track, I did use Babylon Wave's Art Conductor, and that comes pre-programmed with like 650 composer-focused libraries, lots of orchestral stuff and whatnot. And what that enables you to do, if you don't do this in Logic already, you're able to just highlight a section and then select whatever articulation you want right here inside Logic. They also have expression maps which cover the same libraries, and this was the update for our Conductor 6.5, which does include Synchron Strings Pro, so I thought it was a good time to test it out and play with it. I do want to comment on a couple things about the strings in the ensemble playing back. I think you'll see there's some very nice softs here. And I feel like that's one of the really wonderful things about this library. I pointed out as we get into the first look a little bit later on, you start to hear just how delicate the samples are for super pianissimo and the ability to play with that dynamic range. The other thing that I think I really loved about the library is the spiccatos, the shorts, the staccatos. There is a staccato fortissimo, which is amazing. Trailer composers are probably going to love this because of the realistic sound. I'll get into those details as we check out a first look of Synchron Strings Pro right now. All right, I've got the Synchron Strings Pro loaded up. It loads into the Synchron player. I'm using the latest version. If you are a usual Synchron user, make sure you update as much as possible. It'll give you the most flexibility and benefits of the instruments. I've loaded up the first Violin 14 Pro Crossfade. And this one, you can see the articulations they use as articulation trees. Every articulation is loaded up right now. They have key switching across different keys. So right here, I can go to my short notes, my legato, whatnot. And then if I'm in, let's say I'm in legato, now you've got the next set of keys right here, which change which legato I'm going to be listening to. So let's just start at the beginning. Let's listen to some shorts. I'm just going to turn off my mic, except for when I want to comment on a few things, so we can listen to these. Yeah, I think it's a really pleasant sound, and one of the things I love about this library inside of the Synchron player is the ability to have mixes. Right now, it loads up here with just the standard classic violin room. Do a wide and distant, and now you see it's changed our mix setup here. We've got a lush long room. And then these détachés are probably one of the things I'm most excited about with the library. You'll also notice that they've got staccato short fortissimo and a staccato fortissimo. So it gives you that much more control over what you're actually wanting to produce with the library with these tiny little changes. Let's go ahead and move on to the longs. And I don't know why those didn't load up. There we go. Regular vibrato. Now note that they have separate release and attack samples set up. So if we go over to the normal, soft attack, marcato sforzando attack, and then soft attack on both, and soft release. Now this very soft long notes, let's check out these. Let's go ahead and turn on the flutando. I'm going to mute my mic and I'm going to go through some of the mixer presets so we could really just hear how these super soft samples resonate in the room with the different mic positions. Yeah, and as you can see, moving through each of these mixer presets, it's using a different combination of rooms with verbs, and you're just getting a very nice different sound out of each one. Let's go ahead and check out the legatos, of course. We got to find out what is up with these. I got a kind of Halloween-y vibe going on. And then we've got these crossfades, which are pretty neat. Starting with one kind of sample and then fading over into the next. All right, and then this legato agile. Now this is pretty neat. This is made for being able to play actually speedy legato lines, which so many times you have to go to a short note to get anything speedy. I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna bang on the keyboard a little bit. Portamento is included as its own separate patch. And then there's a collection of dynamic layers. Tremolos here. They've got them measured, and it looks like they're tempo synced or controlled. Let's jump into just the regular ones first. And then we've got them with the marcato. And then there's long. And it sounds like that one. This is kind of nice. You're able to just select your different BPMs for your measured tremolos. And in theory, we should be able to go into our performance, our edit. No, where is it? And then we've got trills. Pizzicato. With the snap pits there, as well as regular. And conlengo. That's kind of nice crossfade. a little bit from the regular to the harmonics. You don't lose that regular, though. It's still there. It's real soft. Then we got Ponticello. Oh, we've got a couple variations. And then you've got the ability to put in your own articulations on your own custom slot there. That was the violins. I'm going to jump down and listen to the cellos. And I'm going to just go ahead and turn them all on so they're all loaded up so we don't have to wait for them. Yeah, right away. What I want to hear with cellos is my shorts. I'm going to mute my mic, pound around for a little bit. Boy, those really sound nice. I think these are my favorite, these staccato fortissimos. They got so much bite. I even want to listen to them with my favorite preset, which is that wide surround. I just like this on most everything. There's a few exceptions. Percussion, I don't like it on. I like the percussion to be a little more back and centered. Okay, we've got... It's nice. It's got a lot of room to it because of that. Let's go ahead and try the cello wide Decca. I could play with shorts forever, but we got a lot to listen to today. Let's just check out the longs. I am going to go ahead back to the classic room. That's the default setting, just so we can hear that. Yeah, I think that moto vibrato really shines once you have that classic room sound. When I had it a little more wide and distant, I kind of lost it. Yeah, this I'm going to mute my mic for, and let's just listen to some softs here. All's going well till you hit that pitch bend, huh? All right, legatos. Yeah, such a bold sound with that senza. If you got headphones on and you got it cranked up, then you can hear the bow on the strings with this very soft. That's so nice, that flutando. Let's move along to the legato agile. We've got our dynamics. Boy, there's a lot of neat character in that tremolo marcato patch. And then measured trems. Oh, some of these just sound fantastic, in my opinion. Comment below along the way. Any particular patches really jumping out for you? What are you thinking about this library thus far? Is this possible contender for King of Strings? I'm a little on the fence. I think it's pretty damn good. But I want to hear your thoughts. I still got a couple more patches to go here. So lively. All right, let's go ahead and jump backwards. Go check out some of the viola sounds. I kind of always do it in this order when I listen to string libraries. I want to hear violins first, cellos, and then violas. Again, I'm pre-loading up all of our articulations, and as you can see, you get short notes. I'm going to mute my mic for these. Now, I didn't mention this, but it looks like most of our staccato shorts and our regular staccatos come with bold or agile. Agile. I guess it depends which country you're in, huh? Let's jump into legatos. Consistently across this library, I am hearing great pianissimos. Just fantastic. You can tell I'm having fun, right? I really do like the way they've set up a lot of these tremolos, so you could do that long to a crossfade into the tremolo. I think that's really helpful. Such beautiful little splats on the conlangos throughout as well so far. Oh, that is delightful, that bow across the strings there. Moving on to double bass. Let's check this one out here. Gonna go ahead and preload up all my articulations. So you can see they load pretty quickly in the Synchron player, which is one thing I'm pretty happy with. You don't have to wait around a lot. And here, key switches jump way up here to C5 because that's where the bass plays, of course. So let's mute the mic, listen to some shorts. That is really special there, isn't it? Move on to longs. Yeah, that's nice too. Listen to these legatos. Yeah, continually all across all instruments. Those pianissimo are really special. That's great that you got a normal, soft attack, and a marcato on those portamentos. All right, let's check out the Tutti range here next. I do do have to note, I've got screen recording software playing, recording in the background, so it's taking up a little CPU, and my system seems to choke up here with my legatos on, playing multiple notes. And you can see that may be something that I could adjust in my engine, but I'm not going to play with that right now. And we got one more patch we didn't check out, which was this octaves with a crossfade effect. This one looks like, oh my goodness, look at all the stacking going on. Violin 1 and 2 in octaves. Let's get romantic, shall we? And look at that, we just stacked the violin twos and the violas on there as well. And now we could go to the viola and cello. And violins and basses. Yeah, this is really cool. I really like that they've created these octaves. I think these are very handy. I'll probably actually use them quite frequently, just to instantly get that sound instead of going in and programming it in. That is going to wrap it up for the Synchron String Pro first look. Boy, I got to tell you, my expectations were met in many ways. I think the real thing that stands out for me on this collection is those super soft, very pianissimo ability for the individual sections there. I feel like the cellos, the violas, they really have extremely wonderful character that comes through on the majority of the presets. The articulations seem balanced, and throughout listening to them, I don't think I'm going to have a problem jumping from one articulation to another for balance of volume and dynamics. The portamentos are just lovely and rich. Continually throughout the short notes, the staccato short fortissimo just was unbelievable. The character and tone that was captured. And I think that it's going to be my go-tos for shorts for a little bit. See if it sticks on my work. Legatos, most of them sound wonderful throughout. I feel like the violins, the violas, the cellos, the different types of legato performances are obvious. It's really big changes. You hear the difference in the performance. For the bass, you don't really hear it a lot, and I think that's just the nature of the bass playing low. Once you get up in the higher register, probably comes through a little bit more. Dynamics-wise, these are going to be very helpful and useful. Tremolos, measured tempos, I think these are going to be awesome to work with. For the tremolos, the measured trems at 120, 160, 140, this is going to be really helpful and really useful, and I think especially utilizing the Synchron player's stretch functionality to get it, to 123 or 136, whatever my composition is in. I think that's going to be really nice. I'll be able to use these measured trems as, eighth notes sometimes. Trills all sound lovely. Pizzicatos throughout. The snap pizzicatos are really bold. I really like the character in those. The bass, the double basses just sound amazing with these snap pizzicatos. The long notes for these very soft flatandos, another highlight for me. The other highlight, I have to say, is going to be tremolo crossfades. Being able to play from a long sustain into a tremolo sounds really nice. The harmonics, the same thing, to be able to crossfade from a held note to a harmonic is really cool. Be able to do it as a tremolo is even cooler. The only thing, I think there was a patch or two where I would fade to my harmonic, but I still heard a tiny bit of the regular sustain held out. Ponticello's lots of character throughout the first four sections of the strings. Double bass, again, don't hear a lot of character in it there. Really stands out beautifully on cellos, violas, and violins. Critique for me, I think, is going to have to be the Tuttis. And just playing through them briefly, I felt like they lacked the character of the individual instruments. So stacking all these together for the shorts, those staccato shorts didn't give me that super bold, in-your-face fortissimo that I heard in the individual sections, and I just don't quite understand why. I think the other thing that I was disappointed with the Tutti is, even though I had my screen recording software, it started to peg my CPU a bit, cut my audio a little bit, which you probably heard, which means I probably can get away with using it on a track or two, but other than that, it might tax my CPU once I have 100 other instruments in tow. Now, I am running on a 2019 completely maxed out Mac Mini at this moment for this review. Other standouts for me, I think, are going to be the mixer presets, and although my gut instinct to go to that surround to stereo wide did not please me the way that I thought it would, I'm really loving these classic room and the distance, and also the Decatree wide. Those are really nice sounds, and with the ability to go ahead and get in and mix all of your own across all the mic positions for the full version, I think is nice. Although, I am going to say, you're probably going to get away with most of the sound that I like best in this instrument with just the standard version. Not to say that that full version won't be handy, especially for professional composers that really want to be able to output each individual mic position as a stem for delivery for mixing. For those of us doing it all ourselves, the standard positions are going to probably deliver more than enough for strings. Now, on the brass and winds, I think those do benefit quite a bit from the surround and decas and other mic positions, but I think for the Synchron Strings Pro, you're going to probably be able to get away with just the standard version to get a lot of the character and tone that I'm loving out of this library. King of Strings? I think time is going to tell. I'm going to have to use this in quite a few compositions before I really think it becomes my go-to. Although, I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think overall about the library and the sound? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please comment below and tell me all about that. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and be sure to head over to samplelibraryreview.com for latest news, reviews, and our weekly deals page.